We're down to just 6 now. 3,800 outstanding. There's a 3-year badge, yeah. I think the longest we've got is like 38, 39 months, I think. Is this a mod? Yes. This is the Anbennar mod, which is rather good. Little bit surprised. Oh, their army's still stuck over there. I was going to say I'm a little surprised that we've not seen any enemies yet, but if they are just stuck over there, then I'm not surprised at all. For a long time, foreign merchants have been settling in the Tuatha Dumakon to better conduct trade with our country. Lately, however, with the intensified activity of the the quarter has grown into a city of its own. No, get out. I'm not going to allow members of the command into my trading areas. It's a terrible idea. Making 113 ducats. Oh, we finished! Corruption's paid off. I was like, why are we suddenly making so much money? And it's because we actually paid off all of our corruption now. Boom! Oh, there's their army. Hi. So they are fighting 37 against 19. We have a -1 because they didn't wait for me to attack their hold. They have 12,000 artillery to my 10. They have slightly more discipline. Their morale isn't terrible. They do seem to have more resistance to damage than the hobgoblins did, but not enough. I think we will win this fight. There we are. Marvellous! Newshire, internal conflicts. Wasn't Newshire having a civil war already? I feel like Newshire was already having a civil war. There's the command's truce done. Now, are they going to declare war on me? Therein lies the real question. How many years has it been since the Horde curse? We got out of it in 1601. So 36 years to recover. In fact, by this point we have recovered because all the loans that we have outstanding have been taken out since. So the Horde curse has now officially been recovered from. Now, is Nolokaz actually going to be able to get to us? You're allied to Hull Yorkad as well. The Gnolls seem to be on suspiciously good terms with the Dwarves. Oh, we can't get there because that fort's still controlled. Well, alright then. And unfortunately, Nolokaz, we really can't do anything against them. So I think we're going to have to try and get another military access through the Obsidian Legion to go after their final army. Should have moved you in way earlier. Because we are fighting a mountain fort here, and that's unpleasant. Here, have some more artillery. Haha, boom! Can you use Scorched Earth in occupied territory? Because if so, I vote to burn Acrosur to the ground. Damn poxy elves. Damn poxy elves. Yes, yes you can. Sarian should be elves with human subjects, not gnolls. Well, gnolls are accepted. Sun Cult. Powerful mage. Sun Elf. Sorry, under Sun Elves. Nolokaz are definitely gnolls. I mean, it's in the name. The Horde, what? Wait and see. And you also got the Goblin Tide to look forward to. And the Obsidian Legion. Things happen, man. Things happened. Oh, they're coming for us again. Awfully brave. Come on. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. 92%? Come on. Yay. Are there any decent folk outside we could vassalize and use to take out these elves, gnolls, and other messes? I have no interest in the outdoors. It's big and blue. And lacking distinctly in gold. Oh, whoops, did I send you both there? That was a mistake. Didn't mean to do that. I think what I will do is have you marching up here, getting ready to head over to this side. Because I think what I'm going to have to do is just full occupy Sigilder again. Which will require getting access through Obsidian Legion. Let's do it. Get me access, because Sigilder can now finally move their armies back to their main territory. Which they are welcome to try. Right, that's their army dead. Government increases technology. Cool. I wonder if they actually have any troops over there. Actually, I kind of suspect they probably don't. So you just go straight for the... Oh no, they do. Run away! Run away! The commanders embargoed me. Don't they know that's a bad idea? Regimental pride. Land maintenance cost reduced. Oh, I was just short. I thought I was going to get all three of them there. Oh well. Two of a kind. Our Queen Delina has impressed many men and women at court with her sharp wit and extensive knowledge of the natural world. She has been a collector of tomes of botany and chemistry and corresponds with several of the generation's brightest minds. So we get another granite dwarf, 50% off, natural scientist. I mean, right now we have an amber dwarf. Though 50% is more than 33%, so yes, you probably are better. Her acquaintance. Acquaintance. Oh, nuts. That's going to make her how? No, maybe not. Elf. Oh, there's a court mage. There's a granite dwarf. You're still more expensive. Why? $178, whereas this one, still level 3, is $297. I think we can now pretty much afford to get all of these to level 4 at this point. We are making quite a lot of money. Okay, cool. Still making over 100 ducats. Suits me. Stack wipe. So what do I actually want from Sir Gilda right now? I think I basically am just going to go for large amounts of territory. Maybe something like that? No, that. I think that's what I want. Getting ever closer to their hold, but I'll leave them with the hold for now. Although the roads could be good, because it will allow me to upgrade them. Yeah, let's go for the roads. It's the most important. To really make these dwarf holds difficult to take, the AI has got to start building forts. It's such a massive advantage that I as the player build forts and the AI just doesn't. Because it makes it almost impossible to conquer my territories and very easy to conquer theirs. Road's also adjacent to the obsidian dwarf, so I can just keep on rolling. Yeah, that's true. No debate in the assembly. Colonists, merchants, tradition decay, advisor costs, or trade efficiency. Advisor costs I think we're already at 90%, so I don't need that. Maybe the army tradition decay, although we're constantly at war at the moment, so that's probably not that useful. Colonists definitely aren't. Merchants aren't. Trade efficiency, that would be. Bribe. Placate. Take sides. Diplo support, admin support, take sides. Diplo support, appease, ignore corruption, take sides, grant titles. Really? 5 reform. There we go. Okay, last province. I hope. This seems like it would be a good multiplayer mod. Well, Torshin is currently trying to put together a multiplayer game. So if you check out our Discord and then go to the multiplayer information, I think is where the details were posted. He is collecting a name list of people who might be interested in doing multiplayer on this. So go check that out. This parliament is in no way corrupt. Absolutely not. How dare you even insinuate such a thing? Alright, so it looks like I need to try and get access... Ooh, Verkogulin's built. Cool. Through Sariand to get to Nolokaz. Because they are not going to want to piece me out for quite a long time. Unless I do that, in which case I can immediately peace. Again, I don't really want to take money from them. Hold your ground, they'll tire in some years. Yeah, I can't be bothered to wait. It was like 40 years or something. Send the demand. One thing I forgot to check is coalition map mode. Yep, a couple of people are getting a little bit miffed with us. Although right now it's the two nations with whom we have a truce and then the command. So not a huge amount they can do about it. Obsidian Legion's the only one that maybe could have. Right, time for us to head home. And get ready for another war against the command. Huzzah! Meanwhile, we can purchase another ability, and that's definitely going to be the absolute government, so we can start the absolutism ticking up a little bit more rapidly. Up to our fine maximum of 20. And then we're going to core all of the things. I don't think purging affects Diplo... What was it called? Not relations. Improve relations. Yes, it definitely hits Diplo relations, but I don't think it hits improve. There is a way of seeing. It is here. No, it's admin efficiency. And Diplo... Reputation, yeah, we're kind of known to be a bit sucky. End of the month. Sekdir is no longer a valid rival. I mean, they weren't really anyway. Let's be honest. And there we go. Debt free. No longer have any debts. And if we get over this tech penalty, we would then be #1 great power in the world. Debt-free event. Debt-free again, feels like for the 5th time or something. I mean... Since the big financial collapse, now we are properly debt-free and corruption-free. We have fully recovered. And our economy is just humming along at this point. I am kind of wondering if we're really going to suffer anyone else standing against us, because clearly we've proven that our armies are ridiculous. The command is no threat. Not anymore. The dwarf holds are no threat, because we're just annihilating them. Yeah, it's the end of the stream. I think I might actually call this one here, because I'm kind of curious about what other nations exist. Waiting for the hobgoblin tide, I don't think there is such a thing. I don't know. Is there anyone else that's really going to cause us any problems? Sardhasi, Blade Marches, the Command, and Nolakaz actually have bigger armies than we do. Remember, this is a true story. A large army of ants can kill a bear, so lots of allies against you can destroy your entire world. We're so entrenched, though. Like, it's basically impossible at this point to attack my heartland. Believe me, the commander's tried. Real threat to Ovdal Kanzad is under the commander Jadari, or the Indians. Well, the Jadari, not a threat. Possibly the Rahen. Sardasi, though they've actually tag switched, is growing, and they are rivals with me. But Sardasi is 7th. 800 dev, I mean we have about 400 more than them, but if they allied someone then maybe. And yes, like, once we start taking more of the tunnels and more of the mountains, we are going to get increasingly spread out. And then fighting multiple wars on multiple fronts is going to be a thing, but then we kind of become like Russia. If I may, maybe adventurers are something to do with the New World. So, I think we will call this one here. We'll start a new series tomorrow. There are a couple of nations which I would like to take a look at. So, actually, oh, crap, I just realized I haven't been recording this. Whoops. Sorry, YouTube. I'll need to pick that up from Twitch. Just download the stream. So, I'm going to put in a save here. And we are then going to go out to the main menu. We'll take a look at the single player map. Can I share the save? Yeah, absolutely. I can put that up on Discord. And I would be curious, like, if someone else prefers playing, like, late game and wants to keep on going, please do share, like, what an end game hold looks like. I'd be curious. But I just don't particularly want to do it myself, if that makes sense. I'm one of these people, like, the early game is always so much better than the late game for me. I always so much prefer the early game. Doing a vanilla run right now, interesting bit speed 5 run for the first 50 years, though. I mean, I think it's speed 5 for basically every nation. Just my 2 cents, I've heard good things about forming the Blade Marches in Escan, really strong military power. I have a few ideas about who I wish to play. The small country is known as the bread basket of Canor. Those would be the halflings. Oh, you're not seeing this. The load screens. They're pretty cool. They've got their own art for the load screens. Weretag, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Milan Juric, thank you. Welcome to the channel. Alright, so we're going to take a quick look at single player stuff. So there are a couple of nations around that I'm interested in. The first one is Nimsgard. Nimsgard's probably top of my list. They are the gnomes. They used to be on the... what's this called? Dragon Coast. This is their gnomish homeland, but it was destroyed by kobolds who came out of these tunnels basically, took out all of this, and then the gnomes have been relegated to these little islands. I think that could be an interesting game, as we try to retake the Dragon Coast and then make something for ourselves. Plus it's in a completely different area, so we're going to have different threats in different areas. I know it'll be somewhat boring, but I wish just once you would get to the end. I wonder how it does feel to be the absolute power, get all through the missions and events. Also recreate the Dwarf Empire. Yeah, but the thing is, it really will start to drag, and then when I get bored, I get really bored. Nimsgard has land to the south, though. No, don't think so. Red Scale. Oh yeah, they do. They do have a tiny bit here. Okay, they're not as small as I thought they were. I didn't realise they started with this. Not as interesting, then. Another one that I'd be interested in is these guys. The Eberthil. They have some ridiculous naval bonuses, and they're kind of caught here on the edge of Anbennar Empire, and then the North African nations, which we know can get really quite strong. Another one would be Ovdal Tunga. It's dwarves again, but it's the boat dwarves. You know what, before I go any further, I'm going to upload the save game. While I remember, because I know I wouldn't. Let's see, where would they be? Paradox level. There they are. EU4. Save games. Ovdal Kanzad. 1639. I mean, actually thinking about it, some of the colonial nations might rise in power. I am still kind of curious about what happens later with the dwarves. Like, part of the interesting thing here is the movement of time. And we're always going to be quite strong. Like, no matter who we play. Lake peoples? The thing is, I don't know what's supposed to be special about the lake peoples. They're just humans. I mean, the main... Well, I guess it's because they're facing off against the centaurs. Just kind of like how these guys are facing off against the command. Playing as Ruby Holden, 2 times get an event starts a new nation as adventure parties. I believe all the nations in the Elantir adventurers are going to get like that. Yes, I know that. That's one of the things I am tempted by, is to play somebody like Rubyhold or Silverforge, and then play as adventurer dwarves, particularly if they start to get over here, as I think they can. I think that would be kind of interesting. Emerald Orcs, that's... Where are they? I'm okay with any nation I like to play until I know I'm invincible, then it's just not that interesting. Yeah, on one hand, I'm really interested to see what happens in the late game. On the other hand, I know it's going to be slow. Lake Federation have a unique mechanic that they share the same mission tree, and if one tag takes the mission, no one else can. Haven't played it myself, but that was what the dev diary told you. Gotcha. Oh, the Deepwood Orcs. Killing elves, I mean, I'm always in favour of that. I'd also be interested in playing as one of these adventurers. But again, we'd be kind of stuck with the same problem. I really wish the AI would build some sodding forts. Like, so many of my issues that I have with Anbennar, and believe me, I don't have many issues with Anbennar, it's a freaking fantastic mod. One of the only issues I have with it is the fact that the AI just doesn't build forts. I think also part of it is just the fact that I've been streaming for 5.5 hours now. Like, fatigue is setting in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it here. I'll have a think about what I want to do. There is a good chance that we'll return to Ovdal Kanzad. I am also kind of curious what it's going to look like when we get the whole realm connected. I also think that the era of the Witch Kings is going to be about other nations eating up their neighbours. So many times I've marched through level 2 forts in the 1600s. Yeah, I know it's a vanilla thing, and because the game uses a lot of vanilla mechanics, I think that's just one of the holdovers. It's just exasperated here because everyone's an adventurer, so nobody starts with forts. Whereas in vanilla, they at least start with forts, which is why conquest in the early game I think is so much more difficult than conquest in the late game. Is there anything unique to playing the centaurs? Centaurs are apparently just constant warfare. As you're trying to basically unite the other centaurs and then wash over the lake people. So it's an early and mid-game bigness. Then after that, I don't know. I mean, I guess you'd be in a position to fight lots of other people. Going after the dwarves underground, for example, would probably be interesting. Oh yeah, I've done that. The problem with going through the different start dates is there's always a lot of nations, and they're not at different times. They're all in 1444. I did that. That's how I found out about the dwarves. Where are we? Kanzad. And which is why I also didn't know about the northern dwarves, because they're not in that list. Where are they? These guys. Or the boat dwarves. The boat dwarves aren't in the dwarven list. It's just the mountain dwarves. No silver forge or ruby hold either. So the other things I'd be interested in, I kind of fancy trying BPEC, playing as the halflings. See if we can get the small country formed. I mean, there are a lot of different things I would like to try. Playing as the evil orcs, Shattered Crown, do an orcish conquest of the Dwarven Empire would be cool too. True. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Shattered Crown do as badly as they do, because I think they're supposed to basically be a bit of a late game obstacle. But so far they seem to just die themselves to their own rebels. Ogres, these guys. I think they would be somewhat similar to the centaurs. The ogres are meant to be a bit of a sleeping giant. The ones in the swamp. I don't know where that is. Oh, by Shattered Crown. Oh, these guys. Right. No, that's Myanmar. You mean Myanmar. Gotcha. Yes, I remember seeing those in the Europa series. I did colonize like a lot of this in that one. I don't know how they did in my game. Let's actually go back to the save and take a look. I'm actually kind of convincing myself that I want to play some more Kanzad tomorrow. I think it's just that I'm fatigued today. Wish it had been the 4 hours and the 4 hours rather than straight 6 hours. Seeing as I started at 9:15, it's now 2:30. That'll do the magic playthrough with the goal of becoming a lich, just to see what it's like. Could play a Sigilda. Magic dwarves. Magic lich dwarves. Centaurs and northern dwarves have killed the ogres in every game I've played. The ogres are still alive in Kanzad game, though they are down to about 5 provinces. Like, I guess part of the problem is, do we want to leave the mountains and fight the centaurs? I mean, if it comes down to it, if we need the threat, then maybe. But I have no intention of taking lands outside of the mountains, because that would definitely overpower us. More than we already are. I think you should play a faction where you won't have to colonize a lot at the start, at least if you have a new campaign tomorrow. The colonizing, I don't mind. I like, seriously, one of my favourite things about this game is the colonization aspect. I really like how they've used those. Done. I got to the late game. Kanzad is pretty hilarious. Cannon's OP. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed. Cannon's definitely OP. But, like, Boyanuk will be really strong. No. Maybe not. They are 7 military techs behind us. Yeah, these are the ogres, Magorma. Nations like Wesdam and Garwood doing. Yeah, problem is they're already half my development. I might have been developing a little bit too aggressively. But then I was building tall and now we've done the tall bit and we're kind of going wide. We are still pretty early into the Age of the Witch Kings. Other things could still happen. I mean, these areas are definitely starting to coalesce. It looks like the elves are, a little. Actually, the elves are starting to die to the dwarves. Some of these dwarves are growing a bit stronger. Like, we haven't actually fought... I mean, to be fair, the two that we fought so far, Verkor Gulan, probably the weakest dwarf on the map right now. Segilda, armies split in half because of the war against the Obsidian Legion. The first real bulwark that we'll be up against is Obsidian Legion. Then after that, we have to take out Hull Yorkad and Ovdal Ludlum. The problem is, they won't have built any forts. So, like, one of the primary strengths of the dwarves is just how damn difficult they are to get out their entrenchments. And they won't have any. Obsidian Legion's pretty rough. I mean, we already fought and beat them once. But that was when we had Segilda and Verkor Gulan on our side. Although I think we did have something like an 80% contribution. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue with Ovdal Kanzad tomorrow. I am a bit curious about what's going to happen later. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do to make the game a little harder. And offhand, I'm not sure. Ignore a... Play this like the command. I mean, at this point, yeah, we basically would be. And we can always do the first stream, and then if nothing interesting happens in that first stream, we'll just start a new game in the second one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do going forwards. Cool. Well, in the meantime, we should go and find somebody to raid, because it is raiding time. Blackjack, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Is anyone else?